Hello, everybody. You've reached Grandpa on his YouTube channel, Coffee Time with Grandpa. And guess what? I'm Grandpa. I'm so happy that you have found my channel. And before we even get started, always remember to help me out a little bit by liking my channel, by making a comment, if it's just a little emoji, a heart emoji, or a comment or a prayer request. Uh, Always subscribe to my channel because we want to move this channel up, up, up so I can reach more people. Uh, Today we're going to be talking pretty much in length about this time of the year. This is February, and we're ending February and going into March. And guess what's coming up in March? The first day of spring. It's the spring equinox coming up on the 20th of March. Between the 20th and 21st, most of the northern hemisphere is going into a spring-like state because we're getting more sunlight. So we're getting ready to prepare our gardens. And of course, here in Nebraska now, I don't really start doing spring type of work in the garden until about April and May, because the last frost date for Nebraska is the 15th of May. So I can't really put out plants into the ground until that point. But I can do a lot of things ahead of time. Uh, Planning my garden, I spent several, probably January and most of February planning my garden, what I'm going to be putting out this year. And I'm going to be giving everybody tips. There have been a lot of tips that I've already given out on my YouTube channel. Just go ahead and go to the library on my YouTube channel, and you will see many subject matters relating to gardening, how to improve your health, what to grow this year, what to watch out for. Because we here in Nebraska, we're experiencing a drought right now where we're not getting a whole lot of rainfall, so our ground here is pretty dry. So I had to even go out on nice sunny days here where the temperature was warmer. I had to water my gardens to give some moisture into the soil so the worms can start mingling and warming up, and bacteria can start developing and breaking down the soils. Because without water, we do not have any life in our garden. We need it to be moisturized all year round, and we just have not been getting any snow hardly at all. Although it did snow a couple of inches today, still not enough. It's nowhere near enough water that we will be needing for our spring gardens. Uh, Now, grow vegetables this year that are going to be benefits, super vegetables for your health, that are going to improve your health, make you eat better. Um, Stop buying your produce from grocery stores because, as you know, in a grocery store, there's a lot of chemicals and a lot of poisons on our foods, and we want to get away from that. Being a pagan, we want to live as naturally as we can with nature without all these chemicals killing us and sending us to an early grave. Uh, Grow a lot of kale, sweet potatoes, spinach, onions, carrots, and the list goes on. Uh, this year, start a herbal tea garden. Start growing more herbs and spices to protect your garden against pests and bugs, because most bugs and that are going to be detrimental to your harvest in vegetables, uh, most of them, when you start planting a lot of herbal plants around your garden, or a lot of flowers that are like marigolds and basil and sage, they will protect your garden against these pests. It's always a good idea to start on your journey and planning out your garden in January. That's when I do it. Exactly where I'm going to put what vegetable and where. Making sure that I rotate my crops from last year is different than this year because I don't want to put the same crops in the same area uh, that I had them last year. I want to switcheroo it around a little bit. Uh, I want to talk a little bit about what we call the victory gardens that were created in the 30s and 40s during World War II. A lot of people, because of the Depression, started growing victory gardens to make ends meet because they couldn't afford to go to the store and buy a bunch of these vegetables and so they started producing their own and they created victory gardens, which were more or less gardens at your house, or if you lived in the city, they would have communal gardens to help you get through rough times. And you know we're living in rough times again because history always seems to repeat itself for some reason, and we never seem to learn our lesson much when it comes to war and poverty. Uh, it always repeats itself. So this is a good time to start your own little victory garden. Uh, Instead of watering your grass all the time, take that grass out and put in a vegetable garden to help feed your family or help feed your community, or even sell vegetables on the side to make a little bit of extra income. Create a herbal garden. Uh, Now, of course, with a garden, and especially here in Nebraska, it is so important to conserve your water because we are having a water shortage right now. So there's always different techniques to use. This year in my garden, I'm going to, these water jugs that they have at the store. Some of them are 1 gallon and some are a gallon and a half size. Uh, I save those during the winter and I take them in when I plant my vegetables in the ground in May. I go ahead and take these containers, keep the lids on them, and then right on the top where the spout is, drill four holes, one on each side. It has 4 sections. Drill little teeny holes, fill them with water, and then flip them upside down and put them in your garden. And the water will slowly trickle out to where 1 gallon of water will saturate the surrounding area where your plants are. And lo and behold, you have a sort of like a sprinkling system that you could build in. I put several of these containers in my garden all year, all summer long. So I don't have to go ahead and waterlog my garden and spray everything out and cause root rot and cause leaf blight with the water being damaged on the plants. This is a much better way of irrigating. Um, Improve your soil. This is a perfect time to improve your soil. Get get that compost down that you saved for over the winter. If it's broken down enough, start spreading your compost on your garden soils. So, coffee grounds is a good thing that I'd use. I save all because I drink a lot of coffee, so I end up with having every week I have a container of coffee grounds that I've saved from my coffee pot. And plants love coffee grinds that you have saved. Uh, just mix them in with your soil in your garden, and your plants will love it. Uh, Trellis supports is another thing to improve and a great tip to have because you want to build trellises this year in your garden that are vertical. Okay, what I mean by that, vertical, when you have a small garden space like I do, I need to utilize my vertical space more. So I'm growing up more. I'm building trellises on my fence line because I have a little fence around my garden. And maybe when the weather gets a little bit better, I will go ahead and video and show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you my video in the garden, what I've done this year, and when I'm starting to in May put out my plants, that's when I'm going to do that video so you all can visualize what's going on in my garden. I hope these were helpful to you. I know I went through these rather quickly, but always remember to gear your garden towards your um, personal appetite, whatever vegetables you're interested in. Do some research on them. What each plant is different, and it requires something different. Some plants survive better in the shade. Others need full sun, like tomatoes. Spinach needs to be in the shade because they don't like full sun. So you need to really do your research when you're planning on growing vegetables to feed your family, because there's more to it than just throwing out seeds and just hoping that they come up. Okay, you don't want to bury them too deep in the ground because they won't come up. You don't want to bury them too shallow because if you get a rain and you bury them shallow, they'll wash away. So it's just common sense, really, on how to do a garden properly. Hope you've learned something. I know I have a tendency to rattle on. Um, Always remember, ask me some questions. I would be more than happy to answer them. Send in your prayer requests because the full moon is coming up in March. The first week of March, we're having another full moon. So I want to be ready with prayer requests so I can go through my rituals. If you have any questions about paganism or any subject that has to do with the supernatural, because I'm an empath. I talk about different subject matters all the time. It just drives my algorithm here crazy half the time because you never know what Grandpa's going to talk about. And that's just me. I love talking to my audience. I love sharing my life experiences and my wisdom to you. And I hope you learn a little bit by watching my channel. It makes me so happy. It brings so much love and joy in my heart that I am doing so well on YouTube. And if I keep on going so well on YouTube with my subscriber count, it won't be long before I am monetized. And I so appreciate your help in getting me there. I love you all. Make sure you tune in. I try to post one of these long form videos once or twice a week. Now, lately, I haven't been posting because the weather has been warm here in Nebraska. You know, we've been having 50, 60, 70-degree temperatures in Nebraska, except for today. It dropped down to 20 and we got snow. So, but I have had a chance to work in my garden a little bit by incorporating new features. I put a water feature in my garden where the birds will have their water every day. And I'm getting ready to put a bird feeder in because I want to attract birds to my garden so they will take care of those pesky, snails and those pesky grasshoppers that seem to always destroy my garden every year. This year, they're not going to do it because this year I'm going to go after them full force. Blessings to all. I have to close now. Sending love and blessings to everybody. Love and blessings to your family. And guess what? See you next time. Bye-bye.